You saw he challenged that time, but didn't get the pass made.
Yeah, Paul Tracy said, are you kidding? I am not going to give you the inside line. You've got that outside porch. You can sit on it. And that's exactly what Paul did, and he took the position through the bus stop and has opened up a bit of ground.
And what Tony could have done is waited just a little bit longer coming up that hill because he had the speed, the momentum. Just wait a moment and then get on the inside of Paul going down that stretch.
So there's the top three as we are working on lap number 11 of 60 here at the Glen in Watkins, Glen, New York. How about Dario Franchitti? He's never won here at the Glen. It's on his bucket list. Ryan Briscoe, he's come close, but he too looking for a win. And how about Will Power, the points leader? He's out front. He's been there all 11 laps. As you look at the top three, the great thing about side-by-side, you saw the pass by Takuma Sato over Justin Wilson, put Sato into fourth behind this group of Will Power, Ryan Briscoe, and Dario Franchitti. And I've just been told we were not in side-by-side, so I'm sorry for that, and we'll tell you that Sato got around Wilson. These three have checked out on that fourth place car. Right now, Sato is 7.8 seconds behind the race leader. And Will Power has led every single lap. All right, we're getting closer to pits for these guys. And let's get an update on the strategy for these three. Vince, we'll start it with you.
Well, as far as the lead is concerned with Will Power, he had an opportunity to get off to a good start and had the two teammates behind him in Ryan Briscoe and Helio Castroneves. So Power was able to save a little bit of fuel in those early laps because he had that sizable advantage. Briscoe has had to turn it up a little bit in regards to not saving fuel because of the pressure that Franchitti can now present, even though you don't see him in the screen. With Franchitti behind him, it's not the luxury of having his teammate Helio Castroneves back there. Franchitti on the charge. They like the car that Dario has had. He's finished twice here, or finished third here 2 times before, and he really liked his race car coming into this race. Mike Hull, the managing director for Target Chip Ganassi Racing, said, we feel like we've got very fast race cars. Of course, Dixon had a little bit of problem earlier, that contact with Castroneves. No such issue for Franchitti. Likes the balance of his car, and the 3 front runners happy with their machines right now.
What I find interesting, Scott, first and second, Power and Briscoe are on the black primary tires. Then from third all the way through 6, Franchitti, Sato, Matos, Justin Wilson, they're on the reds.
Well, with the temperature that we have now, venturing on about 90 degrees ambient and a high track temperature, I'm not surprised to see the 2 drivers in the front in the Penske machines with the black tires being able to just start to walk away a little bit from Dario Franchitti, who is on reds, because invariably, usually what ends up happening is the red will give you more grip sooner and maybe give you a bit more speed, but as the run continues on, sometimes the softer compound tire, which is the red, will start to trail off, and the car starts to squirm underneath you and braking, and you don't get as much grip through the turns. So maybe that's why the first 2 guys are spreading away.
All right, we're going to step aside. You will be in side-by-side this time as we're getting ready for the first round of pit stops, and it looks like it's going to come under green flag racing here at the Glen.
I've always wanted to do this, sir.
Buckle up.
Mario, there's a big left turn coming up. Funny. Mario, I kind of have to go to the bathroom.
We have a left turn coming up.
I got it.
Crosswalk.
I see it.
I'm hungry.
Honda performance lives in our race cars and in the Accord and Civic Coupes. Go to shophonda.com and enter for a chance to start an IndyCar race in this car with Mario Andretti.
At Mothers, we come up with innovative solutions to common car care problems, like yellow clouded headlights. They're unsightly, and the reduced light output is a serious safety concern. Mother's Powerball for Lights is a revolutionary product. Restoring headlight clarity may seem complicated, but it's not. Powerball for Lights is quick, inexpensive, and easy to use, even on severely damaged headlights. Restore, maintain, and protect. Mother's Powerball for Lights Headlight Restoration Kit.
The #1 new summer series is ABC's Rookie Blue.
Put the gun down.
They protect.
Please, he's getting away. Police!
And serve. All new ABC Thursday.
Hands!
When you're a rookie cop.
What the hell were you thinking?
Don't move.
Who's
Sometimes things go sideways. It's not your fault.
protected. You. Rookie Blue is ABC's summer winner. All new Thursday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Well, young Adam Carroll at age 27 is getting an education on what Paul Tracy can really drive like. That's Milka Duno slow on the right side as they go flying by her. he will not give you an inch, and Adam is finding that out.
And Paul Tracy goes a little bit wide just coming out of the turn. He knows it goes to make his normal run over and says, excuse me, pardon me, but not today.
How about the view from Adam Carroll's perspective?
He sees the opportunity and rightly takes it, gets up there, thinks that, okay, but he's never dealt with Paul Tracy before.
Well, it's a good thing he got out of the throttle, because if they'd have touched wheels, he would have been bumped right off the track. So this battle continues. It is for 10th on the racetrack. You're not missing anything up front. Will Power still is leading. Ryan Briscoe and Dario Franchitti, the top three, have checked out on 4th place.
And Paul is driving that car to 12 tenths, not just 11 tenths, but locking the brakes up as he did. And Adam Carroll knows that he can get a shot to go past him. He just has to be patient. Cannot take himself out. Michael Andretti's already told him on the radio, just go and enjoy it.
Again, got a spin, and that is Dan Weldon in the National Guard machine. So far, that is a local yellow. Can he get it? Is it still fired? Yeah, full course cautions come out because Dan cannot get that car out of a very precarious position. Right side of your screen shows you where the race leader is on the backstretch and where Dan is at the exit of turn number 8.
And the timing for a lot of the leaders right now, we're just about ready to come into their pit window, so this will be a very busy pit lane as you ride along now with Dan Weldon. The National Guard machine goes to turn in. That was very weird. Didn't seem like anything was offline. Everything was proper. Goes to get himself into the turn and thing snaps around. Oh, well, there we go. We didn't see that on board. That's why the back end came around very easily.
That was Alex Lloyd in the number 19. And there you see the safety crew out to get the engine refired and get Dan back into this. Right now, he has, I think, lost a lap. I have to double check to see if the race leader has gone by. We're working lap number 17, and I can tell you that no, as of right now, Dan is okay. He is still on the lead lap, and everybody is setting out for what will be our first round of pit stops for all the front runners all the way through 19th place. This is also the move that both Scott Dixon needed and Elio Castroneves. We can tell you that Weldon has gotten refired. Pace car has the race leader in tow. Weldon has just gone by start finish. Gives you an idea just how close he was to going a lap down. Tear off coming off for the number 12 of Will Power.
Pits are still closed. You can see the light flashing on the right-hand side there, so nobody will come in until the pits are officially open.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be in side by side. We'll be back in time for the pit stops here at Watkins Glen after 17 of 60 laps. Back here at Watkins Glen getting ready for pit stops. The top 5, Will Power, Brian Briscoe, Dario Franchitti, Takuma Sato, and Rafael Matos. Rafi got up to 5th now. He started 11th. Now the question is, where does everybody come out after this first round of pit stops? Big break also for Scott Dixon and Elio Castroneves. They're 20th and 23rd right now. First up's going to be Sato, Jamie Little.
And this pit stop comes about 3 laps short of their window. He says he's feeling a little understeer, but no adjustments is the call. They're going to take off the reds, put on the black primary tires. Vince Welch.
Well, the 6th car of Ryan Briscoe coming in for Team Penske. They're going to the scuffed blacks. No other changes for Briscoe. He likes the balance of the car. Now that 10 car of Dario Franchitti was also in. He stayed on the black, or went from the reds to the blacks. And as far as the 12, the leader, Will Power, put on scuffed red tires. And you you see the results as they leave pit lane.
Yeah, the big winners, Matos and Marias, they each pick up a spot. Sato loses 2. And Tony Kanaan, the best of all, he picks up 3 spots and is up to 7th. And looks like Ryan Hunter-Reay had a stall on pit road, so he is going to lose quite a few of those positions that he worked so hard to gain. He's going to have to go do it all again. We're going to return after this message from our ABC.